Hello everyone, I'm Andrew from Abest PCs. You want to boot from CD-ROM instead of your hard drives. You may have to configure your BIOS on your computer to do this. Some computers are already set to default to boot from CD-ROM as once you boot from CD-ROM, you will install Windows and Windows will load based on the operating system on the CD-ROM. This operating system is a temporary operating system and it won't let you access any documents or anything. Once the CD-ROM boots, you will give an option to change your language settings. By default, it should be simple or similar. And you want to click Next and click on Install Now. The next screen is going to give you a user and term agreement that you got to read over and check Accept and click on Next. Upgrade if you're installing Windows on a new computer with this different operating system. And New Custom if you want to just do a fresh install. Press New and then press OK and then click Next. I'll pause the video now as this may take a few minutes. We're going to let this video go through. On the next, while this is finishing up, you want to let the computer restart on its own. Don't boot from into CD-ROM drive on the next reboot, as you will have to repeat the process over again. And the final reboot, you'll let it finish its course and reboot from hard drive again as well. Any further reboots that matter, you want to reboot from your hard drive only, as your operating system will set up files as needed. After your computer finishes, it will restart one final time. As it boots from hard drive, your computer will set up the computer and configure the hardware that it installed, such as your video card and CPU. This process may take a second on the first boot up, just because it's installing and configuring your hardware. So sit back and let it run its course. If it freezes, let it run for your course, and if it freezes too long with no hard drive activity, then you can actually install Windows over again. Or you can just reboot your computer and it'll run the configuration again. Enter your username, enter a computer name, and click Next. Here you can set your password and a password hint. After you enter your username, it's recommended you use a password. Anybody can have access to your computer. Here you want to enter your product identification number, also known as Windows product key. It is a 25-digit code broken into 5 groups. You can find this in the back of your computer. If you don't have one, you can press skip to try Windows 7 until you buy one. You can try it for 30 days like we're doing here. You have home network, which is built for homes. Some businesses use home networks. Work network, if you're joining a domain or share network resources, that's the one I would recommend. And public network, if you're at a coffee shop or such as a laptop. I recommend home if you're home, and that's what we're used today. It's recommended if you're using a public network such as a coffee shop internet to click on public so no one can use your information and steal your information while you're browsing the web. Now you're going to be logging in, and this first login always will take the longest because you're setting up your user account. The first thing you want to do when you log in is install Windows updates. That's the very first thing you want to do after installing an operating system. You do not install any programs. You do not install any, websites onto your computer. You do not install any documents. Nothing. There we go. My default operating system is Microsoft Windows 8, the latest version of Windows. So here we go. And now you want to click on Start, All Programs, and you want to click on Windows Updates. If you're going to install Windows Updates, it's recommended for Windows 7 that you enter a product key and activate Windows. I'm Andrew from A-Best PCs. You can visit me at www.abestpcs.com for more videos. Register on my media page.